Hi everyone and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a 12x12 scrapbook layout process with you using two photos from a recent holiday. I'm first of all starting by trimming down my photos. They had a lot of wasted space in the back of the photos, so I'm trimming them to the important bits that I want you to see and I want to remember, but I do end up messing these photos up and having to swap them out later on in the video. Now I'm moving on to my 12x12 cardstock, which is going to be my background, and I'm applying some white gesso using a large flat brush. I found I've had the best results using gesso using a brush. It stops me putting way too much on the paper or having it streaky. Once I've applied the gesso, I'm going to tape my cardstock down to my table to give me a little bit more leverage with using the watercolour without the card going flying. I'm then taking my Artist Loft watercolour set and I'm going to be using the two lightest blues on the palette. I'm blending them together and using a lot of water to dribble those basically over the cardstock. I really wanted to bring in some of the blue colour from the background of the photos, so I'm just going to sweep that across the page. I'm not using any specific design or technique here. I was just playing around and experimenting with the watercolours as they're still new to me. I have found that using a lot of water to get them to move and then using more of the actual paint themselves to darken up certain areas and add accents worked really well. After letting that base coat of watercolour dry for a little bit, I'm taking some Hardy Swap Colour Shine in Tropic Teal using some crinkled up packaging, and I'm going to be adding some detail to the background. I'm then going to take another Hardy Swap Colour Shine called Patina, and I'm going to be adding a little bit of a different contrast and bringing in a little bit more colour to the background using that. And once I've blended both of those, I'm then going to take a Dylusions ink spray called After Midnight, which is a very vibrant, bright, deep blue, and it's such a beautiful colour, and I'm just going to add that in a few places to really create almost like a wavy, choppy texture in the background. Now I'm taking my Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams 6x6 paper pad, and I'm actually going to choose a few different papers to be the main feature of my page. So I've chosen this watercolour-esque rustic, I want to say coral paper, and a black and white tiny heart paper, and I'm actually cutting those into 4 strips, which I'm then going to stick together using double-sided sticky tape, and I'm just going to place those slightly off centre in the middle of the page. I had quite a lot of warping on the back of this cardstock. It was just a cheap white cardstock I bought from my local scrapbook store, and the quality isn't the greatest, so I decided to use this Studio Calico paper. It has lots of different colours in the background, and I'm just going to have a tiny piece of that showing all around the edges, so I trimmed down my white cardstock by ½ an inch each side. And then I adhered it down to the background using some double-sided sticky tape. As you can see, my photos have changed. There's now 2 photos of me on the beach, and this was a very special trip for us because I am very sick, and so we never really go anywhere or do anything, and I absolutely love the sea and the beach, so it was very special. And these are some candid photos of me and my husband took. I'm looking at him and then I crack up laughing, so there's double chins and all in the photos, and I really wanted to put them onto a layout because why not challenge myself? They are my memories and they're the true memories of our little holiday, so I'm going to use that photo. I've gone back to my Chasing Dreams 6x6 paper pad, and I've layered a beautiful yellow floral and a black and white floral paper behind that photo, and I'm now using the cut apart sheet on the first page of that to cut out one of the teeny tiny tags. I'm then going to get some twine in black and white, and I'm going to staple that to the top of the mini tag. Up until this point, I had hoarded my Chasing Dreams collection. I told myself I couldn't use it until I'd used up some of my older stash, but I had waited too long and I had to use it, so I'm really happy that I have everything to use on my layouts at the moment. I'm going to layer my photos onto a clear glassine bag and I'm only going to have one layer and cut quite small to the photo, so it's actually more for the texture than for the legs. I've now chosen my title as well, which is Happy Adventure, and I'm going to be creating that using one of the chipboard stickers and then one of the cardstock stickers. I do at first put these side by side, but I will move the adventure to underneath the happy, as I wanted to be able to use some more embellishments and it seemed to fit better on the page that way. I had completely forgotten about my mini tag, so I'm going to find that and then stick that down. Once I've stuck that down, I find a little chipboard heart in yellow, so I'm just going to add a little extra adhesive to the back of that, and I'm going to stick that just off of the tag. I then start searching through my box of enamel dots, as I wanted to add a teeny embellishment there, but I couldn't find any that fit, so I'm using last month's Studio Calico kit and one of the medium blue enamel dots that came in the set there. I knew I wanted to create an embellishment cluster on the side of that photo, so I found this chipboard sticker that's a large gold label and another yellow heart, and I'm also going to add a blue enamel dot. I do swap the sides over because I find a chipboard banner that says Think Happy and a tiny word sticker that says Dreams Are For Chasing, and I layer those over the top, and then I'm going to add a little gold heart to the edge of the yellow heart, and I do actually pop this embellishment up on some yellow craft foam as it was all sinking into the page and I wanted it to definitely stand out. I also use this yellow, I'm not quite sure if that one is a rose, but this yellow floral from the chipboard sheet as well, and I tuck that underneath the corner of the label. I decided to add another yellow heart next to the adventure sticker as I just liked the way it looked there, and then I'm looking at the layout and something seems to be missing, so I decide that I want to add another layer next to the little mini tag. So I'm taking this label from the tiny word sticker sheet and I just chop that in half and stick that next to there. I'm then going to go back to my enamel dots box and I'm going to just sprinkle some enamel dots all around the page. So I'm used a coral one at the top cluster and a pink one at the bottom cluster, and then just using an ordinary black biro to do my journaling across the bottom of the page. I wanted to remember exactly where and when this photo was taken. And that's my layout done. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm feeling a little rusty, so I'm looking forward to creating a few more videos coming up on the channel soon. Please do subscribe to me if you would like to see more videos, and leave any comments, questions down in the comment section below, and I will see you soon with another video.